Hey guys, Ultimate Deadpool here, and these are the two of the NECA Michael Myers figures. They're about 7 inches tall, and I got these at Target. They were on sale, so I figured, you know what, make a video out of it because I have nothing else and nothing better to do. So here's what they look like. So if you guys don't like scary images or blood and guts and stuff, please do not watch this video because I do not want comments from parents yelling at me saying that their child had nightmares because of this video. So if you do not like scary objects or anything, please do not watch the remainder of this video. And without further ado, let's get started. And first up, we're going to start off with Halloween 2's Michael Myers. So again, there's the inside artwork, which is actually really cool. I do like that. And you got two different versions of his mask. You got Michael himself, 3 interchangeable hands, a pumpkin, a scalpel, a syringe, a knife, and a hammer. So let's go ahead and open him up. So, the packaging on this is really good. I do like the way that these things are packaged. Now, I've never actually reviewed an NECA figure before, so I'm not sure what to expect as of quality. Ooh, wow. So that's actually a little bit heavier than I was expecting. So there's Michael Myers. Now, in the movie, this is where the nitpicky part comes into place. In the movie, Michael gets shot 6 times by his doctor, Dr. Loomis. So he does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll be damned, he actually does have 6 bullet holes. So, again, on camera, this suit is blue, or looks blue, but it's actually like a dark spruce green jumpsuit, so it's not actually blue. And so here is just his accessories. So you got this pumpkin. Whoops. I dropped the pumpkin. So the pumpkin, oh wow, actually opens and reveals a skull underneath it. I don't remember this actually happening in the movie, but that does not mean that it didn't happen in the movie. Actually, I think that's supposed to be like the title or the cover of it, but that's still pretty cool. And then you got, I'm not going to worry about his hands or his accessories, but I do want to see if he can actually hold his accessories. So we're going to do the hammer. And then I want to see how strong the interchangeable heads are. So here's the Blood Eyes Michael Myers head. And then for some reason, I think this was actually a meme that someone did and they just accidentally kept it in the movie, or this was like a reshoot mask, but they had a much lighter mask and like blonde hair, so I think they accidentally added that in the movie and then they just decided to add it to this figure as like a pretty well, I guess it is a fan base kind of thing. So now Michael Myers is headless. So you can have him with... okay, the head clutch power is a little difficult, but not bad. So you can have him with his blood tears. Ugh. So yeah, the head's clutch power is definitely strong, but I think after a lot of uses, or if someone was to change this head a lot, it would break over time. And then that's what he looks like with his blonde hair, and it just does not look right. So we're going to go ahead and put it back to regular Michael. One thing I admire with this is the amount of detail that they added on him. If you look closely on his face, you can kind of see his eyes through the mask. So you can't really see it on camera, but you can see it in real life. So, and then obviously we're going to try him with his hammer. So I'm trying to put his hammer in his hand. Okay, he can hold his weapon. Okay, he can hold a hammer. He can, I'm sure he can hold a knife. I'm sure he can hold a syringe, and I'm sure he can hold the scaffold, or whatever you want to call it. Let's see on poses. Okay, so if he had his knife, he could have it like this. So the hammer is just going to take place for all of his weapons. So, you know, the articulation on this is really good. You know, you could definitely put him in some poses. You know, have him be like a Joker kind of guy. And I say Joker because, like, if you're a stop motion animator like me, you could have him do like weird jokes that he would probably never do in the films. So like have Michael Myers be a handyman or something like that. You know, the wrist parts actually moves too, which I think is a really nice feature. And like after he gets his eyes shot out, if you had that on, you could like make him pretty much grab his face like he's in pain. You can't get it all the way, but if you do like a bullshit angle trick like this, then it does make it look like he's actually touching his face, even though he's not. So that's pretty good. His arms movements, this side is a little stiffer than the other side. The whole thing is fairly stiff, and I think that's just because it's such good quality stuff. It's not, piece of crap, something that's gonna break in about a week or something. It's definitely meant to last. And as for his leg movements, they're not bad. They're a little loose up around his hips, but other than that, they are not bad. So I'm going to cut real quick and put all of his accessories away. Okay, so all in all, I would definitely give this a solid 9 out of 10 stars. Just because of quality alone, this is a very detailed figure, and I'm not a whole big fan of the interchangeable hands or the interchangeable head type thing. But if you're like a hardcore collector such as myself, and you are, into that kind of thing, I guess it works. You can definitely put them in a whole bunch of really cool poses. I said something similar to this in my Optimus Prime, Power of the Primes review, as well as the San Diego Comic-Con Optimus Prime Ghostbusters edition crossover thing. I did say that you could put them in a lot of poses. So you could definitely play around with this thing and like put them in a whole bunch of really weird looking poses. So even though I suck at pose making on figurines like this, I can't pose them. So for now, he's just gonna kind of stand up straight and attention, or kind of like menacingly stand there. So you can definitely pose him, and he's definitely a really cool figurine. So let's go ahead and jump cut to Halloween 2018's Michael. Alright, now this is 2018's Michael Myers. I think it's pretty much the same figure, but we're going to go ahead and open him up and see what kind of accessories he has. So there's that. So this one actually has a lot of accessories. So for one thing, he's got an extra sheet panel that has Judith Myers' tombstone, which I think is a really cool feature, especially for those who adore the Halloween franchise. I do like the first one. The second one wasn't bad. The third one had nothing to do with Michael, so I don't care for it. 4 through 6 was okay, except for all the cult crap. And then H2O and Resurrection were meh. But Halloween, and I didn't care for Rob Zombie's remakes. And then the Halloween 2018 is by far my favorite. So one thing I think is kind of funny is, for those of you who don't know or may not remember this, Michael's eye got stabbed by Laurie Strode in the eye here by a coat hanger. And in the behind the scenes footage that they have with Michael's unmasked, they have his eye blanked out and whited out because, it's, destroyed and he can't see out of that eye. But yet on this figure, it seems like they just reused the other head from the original Michael Myers that they used, and then just added the aging effects on it. Because you can still clearly see that his eye is perfectly fine. So again, that's a nitpicky thing. Surprisingly though, this one is a little bit better quality, even though it's the exact same, pretty much the exact same figure. So now that you can have the two together, this is definitely green compared to this one. So it's not hard, it's not easy to see on camera, but you can tell the difference between color variations. So this one actually has a little bit more accessories. So he's got a hammer, a knife, and a fire poker. He's got another Michael Myers mask. See if the camera will focus on it. This one just has blacked out eyes. He's got the severed head of a cop. He's got a pumpkin with hearts, and he's got 4 different hands. So, again, I'm not going to worry about the hands, but I will say this. One of the hands in particular is very weird, and I do remember this from the film. Laurie shoots off 2 of Michael's fingers, and you can see that on the hand, which I was not expecting when I first saw this, but I think that's a very interesting touch. Considering I'm sure that's going to be retconned in the Halloween Kills movie. Pretty much just for the sake of the actor, because you're going to have 2 CGI or 2 green screen fingers on the actor's hand, and it's just going to create a whole bunch of problems. So I don't know if they're going to do that or not, but this one comes with yet another pumpkin that has heart-shaped eyes and nose. It has like a battery pack thing on the back, and then you push this, the pumpkin lights up. That's kind of cool, I guess. So that's definitely an interesting feature. So we're going to put the pumpkin back. And here's the gross cop head. In the movie, he's actually turned into a jack-o'-lantern, and this, they didn't really do that. But it is definitely graphic, nevertheless. So, if I had a flashlight, I'd shine it underneath it and see how it looked. But, whoops. Well, Michael just fell. And he didn't even come to a barrage of bullets this time. So one thing I am going to do, only because I do like this head a little bit better. Oh wow, I didn't actually notice that. This one actually does have the coat hanger hole from Halloween 1. Because if you guys know this or remember, Laurie stabs Michael in the neck with a sewing needle. And it makes him pretty much die for a minute, and then he comes back and is ready to fight again. So that's kind of cool that they added that. And what's weird is it's still bloody. I don't get it, but you know what? Hey. So I am going to go ahead and switch out those heads just because I think that one looks a little bit more menacing. They both look really cool, but I think when I think of Michael Myers, I think you can't see his eyes, and this one, the eyes are actually painted over, and you're not able to see anything on his eyes except the mold that his eyes left. If I can get it on. So with this one, you can't actually see his eyes at all. So you can kind of see the molded spots where they're supposed to be, but they are pretty much painted over, and you can't see squat. So, which I personally think is a much better touch, and I'm pretty sure that his hands can hold a knife. So I will go ahead and switch his hands off camera, and I will put a knife in his hands. Okay, so just as I feared on the hands with the other one and this one, it's the same clutch power as the head, and I think if I were to change the hands and heads too many times, the clutch power would eventually wear off, or it would break altogether. So I'm going to avoid that and just put them in one pose. It's going to go on my nerd wall, so it's not going to be, they're not going to be used a lot, and they're probably not going to be used for any videos. If they are, they're going to have, one basic weapon and one basic face, and obviously I'll be very careful with them if I use them. So here are the two Michaels together. So you got Halloween 2 and then Halloween 2018. And for some reason, this one, he looks a little bit more fit. But yet, this is 40 years after this one. Even though this one has pretty much been retconned away. So I guess, I don't know. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys want something like these, I'll put links in the description below if you guys want to try to get these. You can get them on Amazon. They're about 29 bucks each. So I got them at a good price. They were on sale at Target. So they're pretty good quality. The suits are definitely rubber, like a rubberized plastic. Another thing that's funny is his head is bigger than his head. I don't know why, but anyway, they're both pretty cool. They're both really detailed, and I will put them on my nerd wall, and they'll stand there looking like Michael. So, as for the accessory stuff, I might switch out the accessories every now and then, but most likely he'll be holding a hammer, he'll be holding a knife. And before you do ask, I do have more of these things on the way. I found Freddy Krueger and Jason on Amazon, and I figure I love, Freddy, Jason, and Michael. They're by far some of my favorite horror movie characters, if not my favorite horror movie characters. So might as well get the Scary 3. So that's about it for this video. If you guys like this video, please turn that thumbs up button blue, and I will make sure I do more videos like this in the future. So that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all next time on Ultimate Deadpool. Peace out. You guys are awesome. I'll see you guys all later. Bye.